Hello and welcome, I am Roy and Ninjazilla90. Like and subscribe and hit that bell notification if you like what you see, because today I will be reviewing the Mattel Masters of the Universe Masterverse 40th Anniversary He-Man figure. Yep, gotta start with the OG. So with that said, let's get on with this review. And now, starting things off the box, because you know we gotta talk about really cool boxes on this channel when we have them, because I will obviously be keeping this box to put the figure inside to display them on my wall when I don't have them out of the box, to have something to store them in. But anyway, taking a closer look, we have the Masters of the Universe title logo right there. We have He-Man, which is the character you are getting inside, and we have the most powerful man in the universe. And of course we have the Mattel logo, and we have the 40th anniversary shiny logo right there. But if you do bring it up closer, you can tell right away that the He-Man design they are showing in the middle of the 40th anniversary logo, that is not the classic 1980s He-Man. That is the Masters of the Universe Revolution or Revelation He-Man, because you can see the H in the middle of his chest. I am not a child of the 80s, but I have learned enough about He-Man designs to know that. And also, this box is designed, while the art style on the front of this box is designed after the card backs from the vintage 1980s figures, which I never had any brand new. I think I have like a few of them I may have picked up like at the thrift growing up. I know I have like Montana, like a vintage Montana, but yeah, I didn't know who he was until now. So I was familiar with the Masters of the Universe characters, but just not that one, and just figured out who that was now. But anyway, got some more of that cool art style coming along to the side and on the other side, so that looks really cool. And we turn it to the back, and we have a really cool picture of He-Man right there. We have Cringer in his Battle Cat form, looking really awesome. And we have Skeletor right there, looking like he's trying to hide, because oh my god, he's like, oh crap, He-Man's gonna like beat the tar out of me. But anyway, yeah, and we have a little bio right there, so you can pause that and read it if you want to. And of course we have Mattel empowering the next generation through play, and that's about it for the box. Now on to the figure. And now here he is, the Mattel Masters of the Universe Masterverse 40th Anniversary He-Man figure in all of his by the power of Grayskull, most powerful man in the universe glory. As you can see, he is looking very buff, very ripped, very awesome, and very heroic, if I do say so myself. This is a really awesome looking figure, and he has some really good detail and articulation. Starting with the head here, I would say his head sculpt is fairly accurate to what I've seen from the old classic vintage 1980s look. Now, of course, I'm always going to prefer these over the vintage figures because obviously, you know, that's just my personal preference. But anyway, the head, we can see he has some very, I would say, more like a dirty blonde hair, because it's not like bright blonde. or anything. To me, it's like more of like a dirty brownish blonde, but it's pretty cool. I dig it. And of course, we have his signature chest harness with his cross in the middle of it. And of course, we see he has 3 red squares on the top of his harness, going down each side. And of course, we do have his like barbarian style belt that he's wearing. On his loincloth is like an orange colorization, and we can see it has kind of like these raised up circles on it, like oval shaped circles. And of course, he is wearing his signature sort of like leather fur type of boots. Just like kind of like just barbarian boots, I guess that's what you would call them. Also has his signature reddish brown loincloth, and of course his boots are pretty much the same color. We also have a wrist bracelet right there, and of course if I take his shield off, so give me a second so we can take a look at that arm guard gauntlet right there. Yeah, it's kind of more like an like a wrist guard type of like armor piece. This is covering like his whole like forearm, and this is just kind of like a wrist bracer. So two different pieces of armor, not exactly symmetrical, but that's He-Man's classic design, so I'm not complaining. And of course, he comes with his shield, and he comes with his battle axe, and I just dropped his battle axe on the floor, but I got it. There's his battle axe, and no He-Man figure is complete without the Sword of Power. And yes, like I said, it's also called the Power Sword, but I'm going to refer to this as the Sword of Power for obvious reasons, as to not get this sword confused with the Power Sword from Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. I mean, Power Sword and Sword of Power means basically the same thing, but I mean, there's 2 entirely different swords that go by the same name. But anyway, in areas with the Sword of Power, the not Power Sword, but it's still the Power Sword. But yeah, I totally understand for, all the 1980s kids out there. Yeah, when it comes to Masters of the Universe and Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, yeah, this Power Sword came first. I totally understand that, but as far as, my taste and understanding, yeah, Sword of Power and the Power Sword is 2 different things entirely from 2 completely different franchises. But anyway, going over articulation, the head can look up, we can look down, we can look right, we can look left, and we can do a full-on 360 cranium revolvus and the opposite way. We also have really good torso articulation, so we can rock side to side and lean forward and back. And we also can swivel all the way around a full 360 at the waist. We also have a really good shoulder swivel, so we can swivel those shoulders. And we also have a hinge joint in those shoulders as well, so we can bring them up in a T pose. Not to rib on Mr. T, but anyway, we also have some really good fluid moving bicep swivels. And of course, we do have double hinge at the elbow, so we can bend those elbows all the way back like so. So we can bend both elbows all the way forward and then all the way back out. And we also can swivel the wrists and rock them forward and back on a hinge. Same is true with the other hand. And this one rocks up and down instead of side to side. And of course, we do have a really good leg articulation. So getting in depth with articulation with the lower body portion of the figure, the legs can split out about this much, not a whole lot. So yeah, we can't do the RVD splits with this. So yeah, none of that stuff. So that won't be happening. But we can kick forward a good bit and back a little bit. Same is true with the other leg. So forward like a little bit and back not so much. But anyway, we do have a swivel in the hips, so we can do a hip swivel like so. And of course, we do have double jointed knees, so we can bend those knees all the way back like so. We could put He-Man on his knees, but yeah, the most powerful man in the universe will never stay on his knees. He's gonna get back up and kick some butt. But anyway, we also have a swivel at the boot. Same is true with the other side. We also have a hinge in those ankles, so we can point those feet all the way forward like so, and then all the way up again. And of course, we also have a swivel in those ankles as well. And that pretty much concludes it for articulation with this figure. And of course, he does come with two accessories. Interchangeable hands. We have this open hand, so yeah, I could put that in. So take this hand out and put this open hand in. So we could pretend he's John Cena, like that. So we can give Skeletor a good "you can't see me" and then an attitude adjustment. And we have, let me put his other hand in. Alright. And let me grab his closed fist. So, we also have a closed fist hand. So, when he has Skeletor on the ground, after he gives him that good old "you can't see me" pose, we got that closed fist, so He-Man could drop a good old 5-knuckle shuckle on that bonehead. So, yeah, that's what that closed fist is for. Or, yeah, maybe not. I'm just over-exaggerating here. Anyway, we can put his Sword of Power in his hand and grab his shield. Now, I notice his shield is a little tricky to get in his hand correctly because, yeah, the strap and the way everything is positioned. But once you work it in there, it's really not that hard. But yeah, here we got his Sword of Power and his shield. So, looking really awesome. Really like this figure so far. And I'm guessing he would be really good for stop motion, so I might try some stop motion projects with these figures here and there. But I don't know, I only put out like 3 stop motion projects so far, and they are very few and far between because they take a long time to make and they're really hard to do. But anyway, let's put his battle axe in his hand. And yeah. Oh yeah, and one more thing. Just for laughs and giggles, give me a second and I will go get it. So I will pause real quick and I will go grab something just for laughs and giggles. Alright guys, I got it, and here you have it. He-Man with the Mega Power Sword. Let me put it down so you can see. Yeah, the Mega Power Sword from the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Megazord. He can't hold it. No, that's from my Lightning Collection Megazord. But funny enough, it does seem compatible. So, but yeah. So we got the Power Sword and the Mega Power Sword. Look at that. But anyway, let's get that out. So far, this is a really good figure. And the price is really good. I gotta go back on Big Bad and look at the price, but I would say he's like around like a $25-$30 figure, so it's somewhere in that range. The link will be in the description below, so if you want to grab this one for yourself, he is highly recommended. And yeah, I'm already giving you the link to if you want to go get this one if you don't already have him before I even give him a final score. Oh Lord. But anyway, if I have to give this figure a final score based on detail, articulation, and playability, I have to give him a drum roll, please. And based on detail, articulation, and playability, I am deadly afraid and so very sorry. I gotta give this figure a definite 10 out of 10 absolute victory, baby. Because he's awesome. Highly recommend it. I don't have anything negative to say about this figure at all whatsoever. I think Mattel really knocked it out of the park with these. Like I said, I'm not an 80s kid, never will be, but I still think He-Man is cool. I'm glad I'm jumping into the Masterverse line, and it's still a figure line that is alive and kicking as far as what I know. Unlike the NECA Gargoyles line, which, yeah, that's not gonna be here for very much longer because, yeah, they don't have the license. And also, I heard that Playmates is gonna be losing the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles license like next year, which I think it's kind of weird. But anyway, guys, that pretty much concludes it for this review. As always, thank you guys all so much for watching. Your viewership is much appreciated. Like I said at the beginning of the video, like and subscribe if you haven't already. And as always, to sum it all up, stay safe, take care, God bless, stay positive, stay powered up, and peace out.